Fred Film Radio. I'm Gianluca de Angelis from the 82nd edition of the Venice International Film Festival, and I'm welcome here Tamara Kotevska, director of The Tale of SYLIAN, and Jean Dakar, cinematographer and producer of the film. Welcome, and thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
The film is very interesting because it blends together history of Macedonia and the folklore of the and the folklore of the region of the country. And it's very interesting how it blends together the magical realism and the documentary storytelling. So Tamara, how did you blend together these two aspects of the narrative?
Well, I'm as a documentary filmmaker, but also with a fiction background in script studies. My great passion and interest is how to make a new documentary cinema that will capture modern audience attention, because audience kind of start losing interest in the regular type of documentaries that we are used to, the TV formats, the talking head interviews. And as a young author who observes my generation, I'm interested in creating a more bold and more effective cinema. And this topic, this problem, has been an ongoing problem for ages in Macedonia, about the economical migration, and in a country that's primarily based on agriculture, and we are losing 90% of the agricultural people. So this is one age-old story that it's a problem that hasn't been yet observed in a documentary. My idea to connect it with the stork story is because the stork is the national animal in Macedonia, and it's very cherished because of the aspect of migration and what it always represented to Macedonian people whose greatest pain was the economical migration. So that's how it happened.
Very interesting. And then I have a question for Jean as well, because it's very interesting how the music and the images blend together very well. The stork's beak sounds like a proper music, and the images build like a poetic, ethnographic poem. How did you accomplish this balance between the two?
Yeah, I think that's really what it was all about, because the actual tale of SYLIAN, we've decided quite early on that this is something that we're going to, incorporate into this film, and that's why we also thought that it has to look and sound a certain way, rather than just a sort of a documentary that I'm assuming would be a little bit more of a reportage type of documentary. We want it to be a very immersive experience for the audience, and to really feel like we are there with this family in these challenging, intimate, but also beautiful moments. So one of the main things to really achieve that is just to be spending a lot of time with them. We lived with that family for a very long time. We integrated with them, and at one point we just kind of disappeared, like as in we became invisible to them. We weren't there in front of them anymore with a camera, and that was the moment when we managed to capture magic, essentially. And there's always, it's in Macedonia in general, it's just such an amazing country to be shooting and to be exploring. I'm not from Macedonia. For me, being there, and shooting this project was really magical, and especially just seeing it with a fresh eye. I'm assuming, yeah.
And I have a question for both of you, because viral images nowadays are everywhere, and there is this instant indignation and instant virality of the images, of the videos, and there is this poverty pornography sometimes. How can you depict and portray these communities with respect in an ethical way, and how do you think that in cinema there should be the way of doing that all the time?
First of all, I don't see this community as poor. I see this community as a very rich community. It's the other way around. They have everything. They're self-sustainable. They're creating their own products. They have a really beautiful life. And then they the government makes them lose this life and pushes them away. So rather than creating empathy for the poor, my idea was to raise the revolution of these people who have everything, and they shouldn't give up on what they have.
I totally agree. I mean, honestly, this being in this place with these people, it felt fulfilling. It was a feeling that you just don't get in many other places. I think exactly what Tamara said. Financial wealth isn't the only kind of wealth that you have. There's so many other things that can fulfill you, actually, perhaps even more. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Tamara Kotevska, director of the Tale of SYLIAN, and Dakar, cinematographer and producer. And I'm Gianluca de Angelis from the 82nd edition of the International Venice Film Festival, and this is Fred, the Festival Insider.